Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to upload file into your vector database using the Pinecone database. Also, I'm going to teach you how to retrieve files whenever you are discussing with your agent or with your AI. Now, if you don't know what's a vector database, I'm not going to bore you with the technicalities. You can go online and read about it. But a vector database basically helps your AI when you have a large document, or it works best when you have a large document. If you want me to create a dedicated video where I talk about vector database, let me know in the comment section. In this video, I'm assuming you already have an idea of what a vector database is, and you want to learn how to connect your N8N or how to basically import files into your vector database and retrieve the files. So that is what I want to teach in this video. The first thing we are going to do is to create a new workflow. We're currently in N8N. I'm using the cloud version. So if you are self-hosting or you are using the cloud version, the workflow is going to be the same. I'm going to change my workflow here to database just to keep everything organized. Now we can build with AI. We can also build manually. I always advise that you start manually, because when you build with AI, you might not really get the foundation of the automation. So what we are going to do is to add our first step. Now I'm going to add a Google Drive trigger because I will be updating my folder, and whenever I update the folder, I want the folder to automatically upload to my vector database. So let me show you how that works. I'm going to search for Drive. When I search for Drive, I'll go to Google Drive. I want on changes involving a specific folder. So when I click that, I will have to set my Google credentials. If you don't know how to set up your Google credentials, it's very easy when you are using the cloud version. All you have to do is to sign up to, sign into your Google account. If you are self-hosting or you are using other hosting platform like Hostinger, it's a bit complex to do it, but it's not that hard. If you want me to teach you how to do that, let me know in the comment section. So I'm going to click here, and account is already connected. Let's sign in with Google. Let's use the Clean Brand Agency. All right, but the account is already connected. I'm just showing you how you do it if the account was not connected. You just basically sign in. Right now, the port time, we want N8N to check our folder every minute. The trigger changes involving a specific folder. Let's click on the folder. I want it to be our N8N folder. This is the folder we want N8N to check. So whenever we make any changes to this folder, N8N we see the changes. What are we searching for? File update. There's file updated. There's folder updated, watch folder updated. We want when a file is created in the watch folder. All right, so let's upload the file to our folder here. So I'm going to drag this document and upload it here. Then I'll go back to my N8N fetch test data. Now we have the file. So whenever we upload new files, we are going to get it here. The next thing I want to do, I want to download the file. Right, I want to download the file, so I will add a new drive trigger. Let's go to Google Drive and let's click on download file. Then the next thing we want to do, we'll still log in with our Google account. We are downloading files. There's also folders. The operation is to download, right? We don't want to copy. We don't want to delete. We want to download the file. Now, where are we downloading this file from? Let's click on by ID, and I'm going to search for the ID. Let's come down a bit. All right, so this is the ID right here. I'm going to drag this to this place, and then I will execute this step. When I execute this step, the document, the Clean Brand Agency is here. So I'm going to click here. If we upload another document, so let's try something else. Let's go to Google Drive and upload another document. All right. So let's go to our download file. Execute step. The name has changed. It's now declaration of none.doc because that's the new document we uploaded. The next thing we want to do is to upload this to our vector database. In this video, we'll be using the Pinecone database. In another video, I'll show you how to do it in Supabase. So we are going to add the Pinecone database. So a Pinecone vector store. What we want to do is to add document to the vector store. We are not retrieving document, we are adding document to the vector store. So I'm going to click on add document. If you don't have a Pinecone account, you have to create one. It's very easy. You just go to the Pinecone website. So let's go to Pinecone. All right. You start for free. Go to my API key. Let me delete this API. Just click on N8N. Let me delete it so I can create a new one. If you want to create a new API key, you just click on API. You just name it whatever you want to name it. We'll click on N8N. We'll name it N8N. Let's just, we can't add space in the name. So we just name N8N database. Permission is all. We'll click this. Then we are going to copy this. See, don't show anyone this, your API key. Do not show your API key online. If you show your API key online, make sure you delete it and create a new one. So I'm going to click on this copy. Go back to my N8N. I'll come here and paste that key here, then I'll click on save. Now connection tested successfully. What we want to do is to insert the document that is coming from this side into our vector database. So the mode is to insert document. Where do we want to insert the document? Now we have to go back and create a new index. So let me come here, close this. We'll go back to our Pinecone database. You see this place called indexes. Let's delete this for now. Then let's create a new index. Now pay close attention to what I want to do here because it's very important. I'm going to take this step by step. The first thing you want to do is to name your vector database, right? It's to name your index. I'm just going to call it a vector database, but it's to name your index. We are just going to call this N8N to make it very easy. N8N database. The next thing you want to do is to pick the test embedded model. Is to pick the model that you are going to use to break this file down to make it a vector file. Easiest one you should go for is this test embedding 3 small from OpenAI, which is ChatGPT. But if you go for this, you will have to fund your ChatGPT account, your OpenAI account. I don't know why I keep calling it ChatGPT account, but basically see ChatGPT, your OpenAI account, right? But if you click this one from Nvidia, you don't have to pay. There's free usage. I think you have like 5 million token if you go for this on the free plan. So we are going to click on this one. When you click on this one, you have to go to Nvidia website to get their API. I'm going to show you how you do that. So we are going to click this, and then we'll come down here and change this to 2004.8. This is very important. If you leave this at 1024, in my experience, it won't work. I tried it and it didn't work. For the feed map, we are going to leave it on text. We are going to pick the cloud provider. Just pick this one, AWS. That's fine. On the region, because we are on the free plan, we can't really pick other region. We just click on this first region. Then we'll click on create index. So now we have our index. There are a few things you should pay attention to in this place because it's very important. I made the mistake of not paying attention to these words here, and it really affected me when I was trying this earlier. Take note of the model. The model is Llama Text Embedded version 2. This is your vector database store. I'm just going to call it store. You can upload document here manually, but we don't want to upload the document ourselves. We want the document to come here automatically. That's why we are using N8N. Let's go back to N8N. Our Pinecone account is set up. The Pinecone index is what we set up earlier. So we'll come here and Let's just give it time to load. For the embedding batch size, I'm just going to leave it at 200. As I said, I won't really go into the technical aspect on which number to pick. It's going to depend on your document. All you have to do is to look at your document, the words, the pages, go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT which embedding batch size you should use, and all of that. ChatGPT will give you an accurate answer. So we are fine with this. Now we are going to set up the embedding model. We picked Nvidia Menotron embedding. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So I'm going to click this. Now, if you don't have an account, you have to set up your account. To set up your account is very easy. You can also read the document here for you to have an idea of how to set up the account. But all you have to do is to go to their website. You go to their website here. You are going to create an account. When you create an account, you click on API keys. Creating an account is very easy. Just use your email, put your phone number. Then you are going to copy this API key. You copy it, you go back to your N8N and you paste it here. When you paste it here, everything is set up, right? Also, remember I mentioned earlier that you should take note of the model. Let's look at this model and try to compare it with what we have here. You see they are not the same thing. We'll come here and we'll pick the exact model that we have here on our Pinecone database. Let's cancel this, bring this here. Then on the document, we are going to click on the default data loader. The file type is not JSON. The file type is binary because we are uploading files like Word document, PDF into our Pinecone database. So we are not going to pick JSON. We are going to pick binary. Load or input data. Let's pick that. Automatically detect. Yes, this is what we want. We want the data format to be automatically detected. Now for the test splitting, I'm going to click on simple. But if I have a large file, you might want to click on custom here. When you click on custom, you have another node here that you need to add, the test splitter. You go for this recursive character test splitter. Depending on your file size, depending on the words in your document, you are going to go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT the chunk size you should use and the chunk overlap. But for this video, we are keeping it simple. We'll go back and click on the simple test splitting. When you click on the simple test splitting, you won't get the other node here. Let's execute this workflow. Workflow executed successfully. If we go back to our Pinecone, now you have your vector database. This is the file that we uploaded. As I said, when it comes to vector database, what is basically happening is that the embedding is chopping the files. That's how we say it in my country. It's chopping the files, it's breaking the files down. The embedding is breaking the files down into different chunks, different regions. Now, if you want me to explain how a Pinecone database works, let me know in the comment section. The next thing we want to do is to ask the AI questions regarding our Pinecone database. Now, I would advise you create a new workflow to do this, but I'm trying to keep this simple. I'm going to click on trigger, on chat trigger, because I want to do everything in this workflow. But as I said, I would advise that you create a new workflow to do this. All right, so let's come here and add our AI. We're going to search for AI agent. This AI agent is connected to a chat trigger because, you know, we created a chat trigger. The prompt message is the chat input. So we are going to add a system message. We'll leave that for now. We'll come here, add a chat model. I will use DeepSeek because I have some cache on DeepSeek. Then to set your DeepSeek account, all you have to do is to go to DeepSeek and get the API. So we can come here, search for DeepSeek API, then click on DeepSeek API keys. You sign into your account and then you fund your account with a little cash. Then you go to API keys and just copy the key. When you copy the key, go back to your N8N, come to this place and paste it here. All right, then you can choose the Flash, you can choose the Pro. Let's go back. This is our DeepSeek model. The next we want to do is to add memory so that the AI will remember our conversations. The section ID will be from the chat trigger. that we added, which is this chat trigger here. Then this is the most important part. We are going to add the tool. So the tool we want to add is our Pinecone Vector Store. We are going to add that. We have already logged into the account. If you have not logged in, you come here, paste the API key here. It's very simple. Now, the operation mode is to retrieve document as a tool for AI agent. We are using it as a tool for AI agent to retrieve document. Now, let's go to the description. This is a very simple description. We can go in depth on this. We said use this tool to retrieve document from the vector store. If you click on this place, you see this section is where you explain to the LLM what this tool does. You need a good specific description, right? But we'll leave it at that. The Pinecone store index, the one we want to retrieve the document from, is our N8N database. Limit 4 is okay. We don't need to do anything here. Let's exit this and bring it down. We are going to, let me zoom out a bit and drag this thing here. We are going to pick the embedding model. Don't forget to always use the same embedding model, which is Nvidia model that we used before. I've taught you how to sign up. It's very easy. Come here, paste the API key. You don't need to add any other option here. It's fine. Oh, you need to change the model. Don't forget, always change the model to match the model that we have here. If we go back to our Pinecone database, the model that we have here. All right. Let me exit this. Okay, I think everything is set. Oh, let's go back to our AI. Okay, I just wrote something simple. As I said, we can definitely make this better. This is not a good prompt at all. I just want us to test this out. So I'm going to cancel this, go back to our chat message and test these triggers. I said, what is the best strategy for the clip brand agency? Now, the AI replied and said, based on the information from the database, here's a comprehensive clip brand agency strategy, right? So this is what we have based on the information that we uploaded to the database. And this is the summary. If you don't want it to say based on the information from the database, there are ways that we can do that. So yeah, everything is working perfectly. Let's zoom out a little bit so that we can recap what we have learned in this video. The first thing that we did here was to set up our Google Drive trigger so that whenever we update this, our folder with new document of our company, it will upload into our vector database. And the way we did that to make it more dynamic, we changed this file type to expression and we change it to ID. We drag the ID into this part and then we set up our Pinecone Vector Store so that we can upload the files into our database. And then we added our embedding model using Nvidia because we don't have money to pay for ChatGPT. Then here is where we are chatting with our AI. Now let's publish this because I want to test something. Let's publish this. I hope you learned something from this video. Don't forget to like this video and follow this channel. I will see you in the next video. If there are other videos you want me to discuss, let me know in the comment section.